We're on air. Are we on air? We're on air. Hello, hello, hello. 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 Can we hear anything? Can we hear anything? Here I am now in the screen. I'm in the screen. Is it working? Why put my hand in front of the camera? Taking a long time to respond to my hand being there, even though my sound and everything's working. So I can hear myself. So we've got a delay. And the sound from the camera's coming through not too badly. Okay, this is a live stream test of the gear that we're going to use in the church for live streaming from St Tim's. And it's a terrible shot with the light behind me, so I will just move and fix that. still terrible with the light behind me, isn't it? I will come more around here. But anyway, I've set up the ATM working at home, and the live stream does appear to be working. I've set it on my phone. The camera, I've set the autofocus to slow so that it adjusts very slowly without having a jerky in and out action. If I come close to the camera, you'll see it adjust and the background gradually go out of focus. And then if I move away, you'll see it slowly adjust to focus on me without a flashing in and out noise, and also the sound of the autofocus drive is almost imperceptible when it's running slow, and so you don't get a horrible zzz, zzz, zzz noise all the time and a jumping autofocus. The other thing we've set on the camera is the ISO is on automatic, and it seems to be dealing very well with this situation where I'm sitting in front of a lighted window behind, and seems to be coping quite well. So the idea of this is that we will have long shots of the lectern, of the Lord's table, and a broad shot down across the band. We can adjust this by moving the zoom, and so I will now zoom, and so you can see there's quite a lot of potential to zoom down on to focus on a speaker, though the intention is to preset the zoom for a shot that's suitable and then just to gently pan the camera. Okay, so in this setup here I've connected the ATEM Mini Pro to my TV screen, and on the TV screen, which is serving as the monitor, you can see what is going to be available. And at the moment I'll just close the curtain a bit more because the light is very terrible on that. So that's much better. Okay. So if I select the program shot, then you'll see on the TV exactly what's going out. If I select the multi-view shot, then what you can see is the program that's going out in this view, the preview of that's going out, and then you can see here camera 1, and here you can see Proclaim from my computer. We in the future might invest in further cameras here that would show here. At the moment you can see my on-air out to YouTube, and I'll just move the camera down so you can see that. Oh, sorry about the jerkiness. And you can see the bit rate here, about 5 or 6 megs per second going out, and I've been on air for 9 minutes. This here is for when I'm recording, and over here you can see the sound bar operating. This is on camera 1, so my sound is being picked up just from the mic on the camera. And at this point the sound seems to be such good quality that we may not invest in a room mic at this point. And this final mix sound that's going out on the program you can see here. So on the computer you can see my software control, and I'll just move around to the computer and I'll zoom in on that. On the computer is the software control. We propose to run that on the Dell, but what I am hoping is that once we have it established, the settings, that the control can be run Whoa, we've got a lot of change of focus going on there. You notice that we'll focus on my hand very slowly. I take my hand away, and the difficulty of course is with all that strong light behind, which I don't think we'll have as an issue in the church. Okay, so I'll just move the camera back again to get a better view of the TV, and we can see what we'll actually view as an output. And I'll just tip that down a bit as well so you can see the Mini Pro switch at the same time, which is with the one with all the lights on there. So just moving that around, trying to get it around here. Okay, so on the ATEM Mini Pro, if I have this button here is on ear, and in a minute I'm going to turn off ear and just see if it will go back on without any touch. And beside it is a recording button. This here is the changes of the view we have on the screen. So if I change that to program, that's just showing purely what's going out live. And if I change it to multi-view, you can see what's going back. We're getting a kind of visual feedback going on here as well by filming the monitor essentially. Okay, and there are a number of displays. The first one is just the pure view from the camera, is what you're seeing at the moment. The second one, if I push this button, is a view from Proclaim. And you'll notice that on this particular song, as an experiment, I've put in a solid light colour. And the reason for that is that the solid light colour can be made transparent with a chroma key. So the effect of that is for me to go back to the first view, and then if I put on this chroma key here, you'll see that the words of the song from Proclaim are over the main view. And so we could have a view, for example, during the singing of across to the band or down to the Lord's table, and you will see the words on the screen. And I will go into Proclaim, select Proclaim here, which is supposed to be on ear, and if I it's Proclaim on ear. Alright, so if I turn off the chroma key, you will just see view 1. If I put on view 2, you'll just see what's coming from Proclaim. But if I go back on the chroma key on view 1 and turn on the chroma key, then you get the words from Chrome on the second slide superimposed over, which is, I think, really cool. And given that we have quite a light background around the Lord's table in the church, I think that if we have digits into text which is light coloured, it will look really good, and you can see it on that view. If I just turn that around a bit more to the wall with a light view behind, it's really quite good. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is show you one more thing. If I turn off the chroma key and I can show you a slide, and let's say this is a slide from the sermon that the vicar is using, then if I select a button which is called Picture in Picture, then I can superimpose a corner box. Now, hopefully you can see that. I think that's what's going up. You can superimpose a corner box which shows the main view, for example, of the slide, and then what the camera is seeing of the preacher, for example, and that box can be adjusted through the software to any size you like, and it can be in that corner or that corner or that corner, and it might suit, or that corner, and it might suit to preset a corner where there's not much information, so that we could use that technique as well. But all in all, I like this one where the chroma key is turned on and the text of the songs are over the top of the picture of the back wall of the church. Now we also at the moment are just relying on the vocal coming through from the camera one, and so if I go to I'll turn off the chroma key, and if I go to the multi-view, you can see here the soundbar operating on camera 1 and going out on the program there on the right. Now we can also take a feed with an audio cable from the sound system into one of 2 sound inlets here, and they will also serve, I'll turn that one off because we don't need that on, they will also serve to bring the preacher's microphone or any other sound through the sound desk directly into the output. So while it's a little bit tricky to learn, I think we'll get the hang of it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off air for a few minutes, and then I'm going to push the on air again button and see if it will go back on air without having to reset the key software. So I'll do that now, going off now.